so bummed. We're not gonna do
that. You captured Zone A. The enemy is...
Tace contur! Tace contur!
You lost Zone A.
Incredibili!
You lost Zone C.
Incredibili!
For ending our stream on accident. I don't even know how I ended it. I think we got ended it.
Yes!
I appreciate you. You have a great one as well. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you for swinging past. This pupper out on the phone now. Nope, still not letting me click on the last on my phone.
May say that you.
Got you, bro. Give me 1 second.
Yo! Hit! Incredibilis! Infirmo! Etiam! Tam! Si! Denkai! May you understand?
You captured Zone A.
我一齊係咁先。阿彌陀佛。就讓我超度你吧。
You lost Zone A.
同你打鬥，同我一齊行開啲，係咁先。行開啲，係咁先。
You captured Zone C. Your team is breaking. Your team rallied. You captured Zone A. You lost Zone C. Your team is breaking.
See anything after this one? Alright, I should know that.
You captured Zone C. You lost Zone A.
Incredibili! Infirma! Etiam!
You lost Zone C.
D-liner. What we gotta do now? Getting those 3 total tackles and 1 tackle for loss to upgrade his depth trait. Alright, come on, y'all. Y'all see what we need? Oh no, I sent it to him, bro. My fault. It didn't show everything though. Did it do it again? Did this one get the same? Or was it the... Oh, no. How do I exit out of here? Escape. Let's go end this stream. Yeah, that shit's fire though. Oh yeah, he did. He definitely did like it. And I said, ooh, oh, congrats, brother. Swapping on my pivot. Oh, bet. Best of luck to you, bro. In the back of my mind. Oh yeah, this is true again. Here we go again. Alright, this is showed up. PM got some dots though. Okay, we're gonna wait a little bit. That was too loud, I'm sorry. I didn't know what a remote was, so what the heck is that? I told you this.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Colts. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Good footwork at the 30. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. The man in charge for this crew, the 6'1" quarterback from the University of Houston. It's the veteran Case Keenum.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 88 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Keenum. He's got the rookie from Georgia. That's Brock Bowers. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Henry running right. To the 43, second down. The Steelers at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down, they go again with Henry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, this defense for the Colts, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
To throw, it's Keenum. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Give me 1 second, I'm going to show you out. Yeah, it's one of those.
Now it's Keenum. A quick throw, but incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
With they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Keenum. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Brock Bowers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Nolan Smith in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Keenum now to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Keenum. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And the Colts coming out now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to pass. Tua.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Yeah, we going on it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Second and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Tua. Flushed out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nolan Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Yeah, I'm in a mode and
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They begin with Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Keenum going to throw. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Keenum. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Deshaun Watson on fire. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they lead the visiting Saints in that one at halftime. A touchdown run for Kenneth Walker. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Ten 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. From midfield, here's Keenum. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. An inside give to Jones. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This is caught at the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25.
Micah Parsons
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Tua going to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Miles Murphy. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. York able to send this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Well, we've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line. Now Keenum. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A pivot and a give to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Keenum. He'll let one go deep for downs. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Keenum. He dumps it off for Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. From the 9, 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Keenum. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Henry going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and goal from the 1. Henry again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry. With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Ready, shot.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now 2nd and 4. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Tua. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Now Tua. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively at 2nd down. Throwing Tua. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Sadly, after this game, I'm just going to simulate the week. And
here's Tua. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. No, not running. Keenum wants to throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is intercepted. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Steelers, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,
we still got to get them up, get them going, but did he get the development trade or? great night.